Hey y'all, happy Motivational Monday. Today, this motivation really it can apply to just about everybody, no matter the age or the stage that where you are in a relationship. But I am going to specifically be speaking to married couples today. Whether you're married 1 year, 10 years, 40 years, or Tim and I we've hit the 27-year mark. Yes, 27 years. And so I always a lot of times round up because it's nothing but a number to me, but I just want to keep going. But I want to make sure that I'm encouraging you and motivating you to keep your relationship alive. Keep it alive. So I've got some Bible verses I want to share with you, just a couple of them here on the video, and then I have more that I'm sharing in the journal part of it, the written part for soakingupthesun.com. And I have 8 other journal entries that this morning I went back and I just kind of did a little search to see what type of journal entries I've written in the past about maybe a marriage and rekindling that fire before. So I've included those as well, and I hope that they will be able to speak to you, because I know they even spoke to me this morning and encouraged me as well. Just don't worry about all the typos, and remember, I just kind of type it as God gives it to me. So here we go. This weekend we had the wonderful opportunity to go see our nephew Caleb graduate from the Marines. And this is a huge deal, y'all. This isn't one of those, not that they're all not a huge deal at all, but he's not the typical come out of high school and going to the Marines. This boy has already been, and he's in his 27th year of life, and now he is fulfilling his dream. And so it was so wonderful. The family members, we went up there and we supported him. But Tim and I went ahead and made it just a little sweet romantic weekend with one another. And how can you not, if you've never been to Beaufort, South Carolina, how can you not, oh my goodness, think that that is just a wonderful little getaway, because it is just the most precious town, rich in history. I encourage you to go to Beaufort, South Carolina. So we ended up making it a weekend of it. We got up there on an early Thursday. We stayed at the Anchorage 1770, this precious inn right there overlooking the bay. And we stayed until Saturday, and then we ended up driving the A1A coast home in Florida, and we stayed in Crescent Beach, and then we came home on Sunday. So it was wonderful. We were able to sit out by the fire and just catch up with one another and share each other's hearts, and then I think we hit just about every restaurant in that town and had little appetizers here and there and everything, and it was just it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. So make sure you get away. Here's what I'm talking about as well. Years ago, Tim and I always made a point when we had children, and I believe it started really when Hunter was 3 years of age. So we ended up making sure that whether it's a weekend, and we did this before kids, but I'm really specifically thinking now with children, because a lot of times you hone in on your kids' lives. And I just don't want to grow up and be able to look at Tim one day and say, who are you? You know, when the kids are gone. And I want us to be able to always be there for each other. So whenever Hunter was 3 years old, that's when Tim and I started making a point, whether it was one day, a weekend, a week, whatever we had the blessed opportunity to do, we made sure that Mama and Daddy got away. Because when Mama and Daddy are away and rekindling their relationship, then the rest of the family is usually going to be pretty okay too. So because Mom and Daddy got to be happy with one another. And I think it's important for your children to see that you two are connecting and how you connect with one another, not at each other's throats or anything. Which that reminds me, one of the blogs that you may read about below, whenever I had this young lady asking if Tim and I had fights, and we're like, oh yeah, we have some. She goes, no, I mean like fights and throwing things and yelling. I'm like, no, that's not a real good relationship right there. So you'll have to go and search that one as well. But I'm going to share, first of all, one Bible verse or one section of scripture, and it's Ecclesiastes 4, 9, and 12. Through 12. It says 2 people are better than one. And remember, these verses applying to really other relationships in the church, relationship with your friends, but I'm speaking as a husband and wife today. Here we go. 2 people are better than 1. When 2 people work together, they get more done. If one person falls, the other can reach out to help. And I know that Tim and I, we do that for one another. But those who are alone when they fall and have no one to help them, if 2 people sleep together, they will be warm, but a person sleeping alone will not be warm. And hello, when you get to be our age though, it gets a little hot. So yeah, it's not just warm, you get really hot. So I get why some people end up sleeping apart, but we're not going to do that, Tim. Don't worry, here we go right now. An enemy might be able to defeat one person, but 2 people can stand back to defend each other. So have each other's back. And 3 people, here we go. This is where this whole God thing. 3 people are even stronger. They are like a rope that has 3 parts wrapped together, and it is very hard to break. So the secret to mine and Tim's relationship, besides getting away with one another, is the relationship we have with Christ. When you have Christ in the center of your relationship, that is glue. That is solid. I remembered, I'm going to show y'all this quick little diagram. Years ago, when our dear friend Tommy Warnock, he was our youth pastor back then, he would do a diagram in this triangle, and I have mentioned it many times on this website, but it's like this. Let's say you have put whatever 2 people here, but remember this is husband and wife today. You've got your husband, you've got your wife, and you've got God. Well, the closer you grow to God, the closer you grow to each other. So wives, I want to encourage you, make sure that you're getting in the Word. Make sure that you're growing your relationship with Christ. And he, the husband, may just be catching up to you one time too, because you're being a great example. Husbands, same way. Maybe your wife is being a little stagnant and you're wanting to grow your relationship with Christ. Do it, because your relationship with Christ is the most important relationship. But when the 2 of you are growing closer to Christ, bam, you're going to be up there and God is just going to keep it together. I know one of the most precious sights I see, and I saw it even this morning, is I see my man on his knees by the bed and he's praying, and I just got choked up thinking about it. So that is just a precious sight whenever I see one of us in the scripture or one of us praying or something. It just makes my heart happy. And I know if it's making my heart happy to see my man do that, I know it makes God happy when he sees both of us doing that together. Then another little thought that just came to my mind. In your relationship with your spouse, like this weekend, we saw an incredible sun going down. Even the people in the restaurant were going out to take pictures too. The sun going over the pines in the back and over the bay. It was just so pretty. And the sky was vibrant. And sometimes your relationship is like that. It's vibrant and full of life. And you just want to capture that moment. But then there's also those times, like the next day when we woke up at Crescent Beach, I tried to get up and see if the sun was going to rise. Well, the sun was rising, but I couldn't see it because it was it was cold. It was in the 30s. The wind was whipping ridiculously. The waves were just crashing onto the shore. And sometimes life is like that. Sometimes you see it vibrant and radiant, and sometimes it's crashing waves. But that's life, guys. As long as you are holding on to the anchor of Christ, that is important, and that's going to get you and your relationship through together. Another Bible verse I want to share with you, and then I'll be wrapping it up soon, because I could talk about marriage all day long and relationships with you and Jesus. But here we go in Hebrews 10:25. It says, we must not quit meeting together, as some are doing. Again, he's speaking to the church, but I'm going to be applying this as well to a husband and wife. So let me start over. We must not quit meeting together, as some are doing. No, we need to keep on encouraging each other. This becomes more and more important as you see the day getting closer. Y'all, Jesus is coming soon, and I want him to be able to say whether he's coming to meet me here on earth or whether he takes me home. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. And so the day is getting closer. That's the day they're talking about. And these times of trouble, these times of turmoil that you see on the news, and really, I must tell you, being off of social media has been very nice and relaxing. But I'm sharing some Soaking Up the Sun on there, and but I'm not missing seeing a lot of stuff that really might not have been good for my eyes and for my mind, because it wasn't calming. It was always conflicting. And so, but I want to encourage you to make sure that you are encouraging each other. So again, I could go on, but today's focus is making sure you get away to rekindle. Take a day. Take just in one night. Go, whether you're in the mountains or you're on the beach or even here at my house. A simple way to get away is just go out and dance under the stars. Y'all, it could be 30 minutes of something. Just hold your spouse close to you. Tell them that you love them and reassure them that you're there for them, thick and thin. Think back about why you fell in love in the first place. Those dimples did attract me, absolutely. But his humor and his just sensibility about what is right in life. And he's just a good old man. So always think about why you fell in love and remind each other that you do love each other. So get away. I hope y'all get away. Start booking a flight, take a trip, whatever you want to do. But enjoy each other's company. Rekindle your love, because one day the kids are going to be gone. And those of you that your children are already gone, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you saying how you've kept it alive, your relationship. Or maybe some of you are struggling. You're like, Stephanie, I can't get away. I can't find 5 minutes of my day. My children are young. Hey, message me and I'll message back. And I've got some ideas because I have been there. And like something I'm going to tell you that I have always said through every stage in my children's life is, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. But a lot of those stages that you go through are worth holding on to and capturing, just like that sunset. Y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you for spending these 13 minutes with me. And I hope you'll spend a little more time in the Bible verses below and the journal entries below and communicate with me, because you encourage me by your comments, and I hope that I'm encouraging you. So stick with God. He's the glue. Y'all have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.